based on what I'm receiving from spirit, what I able to pick up through tarot and other divination tools. And as I was setting up this morning, I was starting to get messages, which is one of the reasons that I'm a couple minutes late, because I wanted to jot things down. I don't know if I'm going to remember everything that was coming through, but I was definitely getting some messages about really intense changes that we're experiencing. So I'll get to that in a minute. For the people that are on live, or the people that are watching as a video. For those of you watching as a video, I wait a minute or two just so that the live people get their notifications. So I'll say a few hellos. But what we're going to do today is I have a routine that I do on tarot time, that we do a meditation card for the week for us to work with, energies for us to work with this week. Then I do a 3-card spread, like what's going on in your life, what's going on in the world at large, all that kind of good stuff. Then I have other divination cards that I work with and angel cards and stuff. And yeah, so I'm partly to mostly cloudy this morning, just like the weather outside. So bear with me. It's been a very long week. And one of the things that really precipitated these messages this morning is I waking up and just like, oh my God, I'm just working too hard. I'm so freaking burnt out. I can't hold the thought. And then the master teachers, my guides were coming through and saying, no, it's not so much that, it's the energy change. It's a massive shift of energy. And it's not just me, that everybody's experiencing it in their own way. So we'll muddle through this together. We're a family here. We're a community. And I love our Sunday morning, because this has really become like very much a community hangout. So for those of you that are new, welcome to the community. And I encourage you to keep talking to each other on the chat, even as I'm working. So let me say a few quick hellos and we're going to dive in. So hi, Angela, Suzette, and Blindly Inspired. Hi, Rebecca. Howdy, neighbor. Catskills neighbor. And Blindly Inspired. Well, you're not quite a neighbor in Germany, but we're all neighbors. This world is very small, actually. Hi Christina. And hi, Louisa. Louise, welcome. Yeah, there's Colleen. There's a reason why maybe that you need this tune-up, because there's such massive changes. Hey, Doreen's Children's School of Yoga. Happy Sunday. Right now, no sun here. Lots of clouds. It got cold too. Hi, Suzanne and Millie and horses. Triggers, hope, welcome. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Jody's in. Lisa, Brooke. Hi, Michael. Hi, Roseanne. Very good. So let me go down the list here. Hi, Carmen Goldman. Welcome. Hi, Kathy. Huge energy change. Yeah, today's halfway between the eclipses. Yeah. Today or yesterday, since they were on Saturday. The day's halfway, and that's part of it. That's part of the message. I wrote a few things down about this. So, of course, I was setting out. The messages came through. I was like, I better write this down, and about 2/3 of it left my brain. So maybe they'll fill in the gaps as I'm going this. And Rebecca's saying, I'm in German. I live in Hunter, Hunter, New York. Yes, right up to 214 for me. Yep, quick drive. All right, so basically, what I was able to retain in my very scattered brain this morning. Next 2 week shift will be completely new quantum level, they're saying. So okay, so let me back up a little bit. A lot of us have been feeling a lot of changes, right? Like everything feels different. I mean, it's been a process we've been undergoing for years, honestly, even before the pandemic, but it's really ramped up lately. They're saying the next 2 weeks will complete a shift that we've been undergoing. And yeah, eclipse season is part of it. And then we're going to be on a new quantum level. So that's really what's happening. It's like using chemistry as an analogy. As electrons go in, I think it's called the valence level. It's been a long time since I've studied this stuff, but But basically, what happens with the electrons and subatomic particles is they don't just like gradually increase energy. They stay at an energy level, then they jump to a new level, and that's called the quantum jump or quantum leap. So we have that in consciousness also. So we've been undergoing like a transition leading to a quantum leap in consciousness and an energy that's affecting us. And that's happening. So big transitions in the world through March. So the world is responding to it also. Going through a big cosmic portal. So that they're saying that we're going through a big like it's a big, I think I can speak English, a big cosmic portal. I think that's clear enough. So things that you guys may be experiencing other than changes in energies, like very heightened emotions, stronger ups, stronger downs, physical symptoms, ascension symptoms, and stuff like that. So they're saying it increase is in temporal displacement events, which for those of you that don't know that term, that's like when you step out of time or your temporal distortions, is like distortions in the time space continuum. And the only time that well, actually, it's happened a few times, but the most profound temporal shift that I ever had is I went back in time like maybe a half second or so. This is a little while ago, and I was listening to. We'll get to tarot in just a second, guys. That will that I was listening to something on YouTube, some music or something, and then all of a sudden it just like it felt like my whole body lurched basically. And then I had a brief blackout, and then a line of the music just repeated itself basically. So after that, I just felt really dizzy and nauseous for about 10 minutes. And I realized that I actually had a full on temporal displacement where I went back in time about a half a second. And then there's saying also Mandela effect. Things like you know, like um like mass memories being wrong, like an example somebody was saying about some game. This was a while ago, that that people were talking about level two of a certain game, but there never was a level two. But everybody remembers there being a level two. So that's what a Mandela effect is. Kind of like we have these group memories of things that apparently didn't happen. And why does that happen? Maybe we timeline shift, and that's why. So they're also saying physical laws seeming to be being bent on more of a regular basis. And then also subatomic structures are all changing. So what's happening inside the atom, which is the quantum level, it's all changing. And our bodies are changing to become better energetic conduits, so better conductors of electricity. In essence, we're becoming more crystalline. And they were also saying new teachers will emerge, new voices, new leaders. And of course, they're talking about the transition. The energetic transition will be complete in about 2 weeks. That'll be like a week or so after the lunar eclipse that's coming up this Saturday. And then, of course, the week after that leads into another new moon. But the transitions on the world are going to be another 4 or 5 months into March. And then what happens after March? We come into our next eclipse season. So that'll be interesting also. There was more. I just can't really remember everything. It all really comes through like all at once, basically. And 33 on my end, 42 in chat on my end. So anyway, welcome everybody. But hi, Mr. Floyd. Welcome. All right. If anybody's new, you want to say hi. We're in the big wide world you're from. Lots going on with current events. Oh, the other thing they were talking about, but I've said this before in other live streams, is things that are going on like say Israel and Palestine and that part of the world, which must be that the big event that myself and a lot of other psychics were seeing. And I even cited the Middle East. So when we're talking about Palestine and Israel, talking about the Middle East isn't that far off. I'll put it that way for where all the action is. Of course, then there's also things going on in Russia, Ukraine. What is it? Haiti, I think, is in the midst of a civil war now. It's going on all over, basically. But warn you guys, and my brain is cloudy today. I've been going through a lot of energetic shifts, so I just lost my train of thought. But maybe that's maybe that's spiritual saying, let's get into some tarot. But I but all's changing. So our bodies are changing, our structure are changing, and what they're saying, what's happening, and this is where I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. Not everybody's on all my live streams, anyways. Is there's a big purge that's going on in the earth. We're going through a big purge. So as the energies going through us keep increasing, because that's what's happening on the planet, and our subatomic structure is actually changing. It's releasing a lot of old stuck energy, old stuck patterns, and if you guys do your heart brain coherence, do your presence work, you're going to flow through these changes a lot more fluidly than if you don't. It's going to be hard for people that are resisting. So we have to know not to resist. So we're releasing a lot of karma. Karma is just our learning, our lessons, our cycles, our patterns, basically. But the earth itself is also releasing a lot of this stuck energy and these patterns. And places like Israel and Palestine, both these peoples have undergone a lot of oppression over thousands of years and a lot of pain. It gets stored in the earth, and the way the energy is increasing, the earth just can't hold this energy anymore. Like we can't hold all this karmic pain anymore. It's got to be released. And sometimes when things are released, it's explosive and wars break out, and unfortunately people suffer and die for it. And of course, it breaks my heart. So on one hand, I'm heartbroken, but on the other hand, my higher self is celebrating these changes because I know it's a rebirth for humanity. And here, as a group and as a collective, collective like humans, collective in this community and other communities, the more we send healing and positive energy, the smoother this transition will be. But this energy has to be released in order for us to grow and awaken and to reach our next collective levels. So anyhow, big global meditations today. Yeah. I was going to do something here today just because I want to at least once a month do some group prayers here on the channel. But I just got so much I had to do today. It's just like I couldn't do it. But I want to post a couple of your comments. So Christine saying she had a vision of a girl and her mother. Some were connected to Israel Palestine. I don't know much about what's happening. She's very nervous. You're probably picking up on it, yeah. And I need a new planner for the new phases. Hi, Lakeside Laura. If I missed you before, stony. I feel kind of stony today, even though I promise I haven't smoked any weed or anything like that. Big global meditation today. Hi from Mansfield, Texas. Welcome. Yeah, so we're coming into the next eclipse this Saturday on the full moon, and even on a non-eclipse year, the Taurus Scorpio full moons, we have one in either October or November, and then another one in April, and later April or May. God, I'm getting my brain so scrambled. Anyways, I shouldn't keep saying that. I shouldn't be setting those intentions, right? My brain is clear, crystal clear right now. But in any event, at any time, like when there's a full moon, and either the moon's in Scorpio or Taurus, because a full moon is a sun moon opposition. So this full moon is going to be in Taurus because the sun's going to be in Scorpio, and then in April or May it's the opposite. But anyway, Anna's also saying, I can feel these energies so strong, very intense. Thankful for your transmission to guidance. Oh, you're welcome, of course. And the thing. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have flashed that one, Mr. Floyd, but that's okay. more power to you, right? um, we're all very cannabis friendly around here. Well, at least I am. um, would be kind of a hypocrite if I wasn't. So there you have it. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull a divination card. I mean a meditation card. My brain is crystal clear. That's my new affirmation. By the way, you guys have been doing the 369 manifestation exercise. Who was it? Was it Rebecca? Somebody texted me today saying that they're on day 9. I haven't been able to get to that, and I'm on day 9 of my second round of doing the 369 manifestation process. It's on my videos that I released a little over a week ago. If you guys haven't seen that one, and now I know what where the reference to Stony is. Hi, Stony throws. uh, yes. So good point that eclipses happen when the lunar when the full moons and new moons are aligned with the lunar nodes. That's when we have our eclipse seasons. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Well, I'll flash that. This was me. I'm on day 9. Oh, that's you. That's right. Okay. And I didn't. Oh, yeah. Consistency helps. Yeah. So the first thing, it's to me it was a sign because I did it, before I did the video, because I want to see if it works, and I've been working with the 369. For those that don't know, that's something that Tesla coined. Apparently, I mean, we don't know if he actually said it, but since God, the last 15 years since I did my power attunements program, I lined everything up in the powers of 3 because I didn't know about the 369 code, but I knew about the energy of 3 and how 3 and all of its multiples, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so forth and so on, have a special quality where that numerology acts upon the fractal nature of the universe, basically. So just to make this very quick, 0, 1, and 2, those numbers explain how the physical universe operates through the law of duality or the law of opposites. But then 3 and its multiples are the forces that act on and change those fractals of the physical universe. So if you can tap into that with your law of attraction work, you tap into those forces that created the whole universe. So that's why it's powerful. So I did it the first time, and I manifested $2,000 that I wasn't expecting. So that was kind of cool. And my schedule was a little bit sluggish, and then I got a lot of emails, so my schedule filled up. So I decided to do it again right on the new moon. So I started on the day of the eclipse on the new moon, and I'm on day 9 now. So we'll see what happened. Maybe this will be the big breakthrough. But anyways, hi, Mikhail. Oh, we're up to 45. Keep them coming. Big family is growing. Oh, okay. So Sony's the name of the teddy bear. No, there's somebody that has the name Stony Throws that's on. That's where we were getting Stony from also. So being that we're 20 minutes in now, I guess it's time to get into a little bit of tarot and divination, right? But all relative though, right? All relative. So for a meditation card, this will be a good energy for us to work with this week, basically, as expressed through the language of tarot. And 11:22. Yeah, I missed 11:11, so we catch up on 11:22 here on the East Coast. All right. So let me start to clear my mind, because one of the mottos around here is when you're thinking, you're not connecting. When you're connecting, you're not thinking. So I don't want to think, so I can connect with spirit, so that my hand through what's called automation. So this will be a little bit of a teaching, tarot time today. Automation is a tool of mediumship that I use where the spirit works with me, and I watch what my hands are doing. Like a good example is I was doing a reading yesterday, and all of a sudden I saw my hands were going like this, like this, like this. So I was like, what's that? It's like, oh, I'm knitting. And the person that was coming through was known to knit hats. Like everybody in the family had a knitted hat from this lady that was coming through. So anyway, So Spirit will automate my hand now to get to the right card, which came through very easily. Wow. Queen of Pentacles. So as an energy or meaning, that can be very divine feminine, because Pentacles is earth, and Queens is represents water in some of the uh, texts about tarot, based on the Kabbalah and the positions of the different cards on the Tree of Life in the Kabbalah. But also, Pentacles is, well, I said that. Also, Pentacles is earth. Didn't I just say that? Yes, Pentacles is earth. Queens represent water. But this might be a guide, or this might be a memory or something that you're clearing. But whatever the case, ignore my meanings, because I want you to go into this without any preconceived ideas. So the idea is you get very relaxed, very present. And this is the Morgan Greer deck for those that are curious. What you can take a mental snapshot of this card, or if you have your own tarot card, you can use yours and pull out your Queen of Pentacles. You want to just kind of gaze on the image and just have that in your heart for a moment. Then you clear your mind, go into meditation, then visualize the cards like a portal or an opening, and you step through that portal. And the first thing in meditation, how do you feel? Always, when you step into a new energy, gauge how you feel, your emotions, when when they're not like, what's the right word, when you're not having triggered emotions from some past memory, or your own self dialogue or whatever. When you're very clear, your emotions suddenly can become a tool to get messages or information from Spirit. So being very clear, step in, and there's a language behind emotion, energy, emotion, right? So when you step in, what do you feel? That's the first thing. How do you feel different? And then look around, if you're visual, especially, because you're only seeing a very narrow portal, a very narrow doorway to a whole panoramic scene. So you can look around and what else is going on besides the Queen of Pentacles. That might be a spirit guide. That might be, she might represent something completely different. Yeah, but maybe she'll communicate with you, since Pentacles is often about earth, grounding, money, security, and stuff like that. This might be a week to really ask Spirit how you can be more secure in a world that's very insecure. And my quick answer to that is that it's impossible, because by the very nature of a physical environment, we're living in a world that's inherently unstable. Tomorrow, things may be completely different. One day, our physical bodies will die and we'll move out of this experience. So the physical universe, the physical world is inherently unstable, yet everybody's trying to find stability. It just can't be done. So what do you do instead? You connect to Spirit, you connect with Source. That's the one thing that will always be there. Spirit's the only thing that will last forever. So if you're able to connect with that, then you find true security, and then you can start to create at least some semblance of that in your physical life. So in any event, I think a lot of us are starting to tap into new ideas. The ideas, these energies are so strong now that we are changing the way we think, the way we process information, the way we feel in our bodies, our health. All of that's changing in response to the higher frequencies that are affecting us here on planet Earth. And hard to keep up with that. So this is a very grounding and stabilizing element. So it's also a reminder to get very grounded. So let me see what you guys are saying about that. So this is a good comment here. So I've been feeling people need to truly disconnect. I've been feeling people need to TV phones, people, even if you can only do for 30 minutes, that's a great idea. Yeah. Take some time off, go out into nature. Nature restores. Technology can the word damage comes up, so can damage our energy fields. And also all this information, it's all programming that we get through the media, through news and stuff like that. When you go out into nature and you allow the flows to go through your body, through your energetic fields, through your electrical fields and all of that, it restores any damage done by modern day life, Wi-Fi signals, 5G signals, all that kind of stuff. So that's a great idea. And Anna's saying that she's learned how to detach from bad energies and news. I have too, and I can look at the news and not get triggered by it. And that's the key. If you can stay present in your heart, then the programming is not going to work. Hearts cannot be programmed, only the subconscious mind can. So we want to be in our hearts as much as possible. And then we become more immune to the programming. Yeah. Oh, sorry that you lost your phone, Mary. And you think absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. So let's do with 3 cards, bro. Let's see, what's going on, in that regard. So, sorry, I have your although that's a great comment, but I didn't necessarily want to leave that on. It's got this notion of somebody's, about to connect with a potential partner, somebody who's an air sign, Libra, Gemini and Aquarius. Like, yeah, I think I know what the air signs are. Spirit talks to be best. Oh, I like that. That's a good. I love that as an affirmation. Hi, Ron. I am my soul. I am free. Yeah, when you're soul, you're free, right? When you're spirit, you're free. That's while driving. Or I'm missing some of your comments, but anyway, have at it. Have a great time. Yeah, see, we jumped up a few people on the chat. So, people that got on late, once we're done, this uploads as a video. You can catch what we missed. Yeah, I'm a Libra. Yes, thanks for reminding me of my sign. Sometimes I need to be reminded of that. I've been getting messages to that effect, and of course, I'm kind of resisting it. But anyways, all right, so we're on this. I've been feeling my her like crazy. I've kind of been too. Spirit won't tell me if I met the person or not. They don't want me to know. It's funny. Say, your ideas are more or less correct. All right, whatever the heck that means. But whatever. If it's time, it's time. That's the way I look at it. If it's not, it's not. I mean, the idea is, again, this is very basic law of attraction, but the idea is if you can be, everything is perfect in the now, and if you can really own that, and I even had to put that to the test because I need to go to a dentist because I've been having an on and off toothache. I'd be meditating, doing my law of attraction, my heart brain coherence, and whenever I step into that, what I do is I go into the present moment and I just feel like it's perfect right now. Everything is perfect right now. And then, of course, I had a toothache, and in my mind, I'm like, it doesn't matter if I'm in pain personally. That doesn't take away from the perfection of this now moment. And that to me, that's a great way to transcend pain, also, and to really gain perspective on what it is, whether it's emotional pain or physical pain. It's really something that's out of balance or out of line within your systems, and it's kind of like your alert system, as it were. But anyways, wow, we have a couple people from Germany. Welcome, Linda. And I like Round Top, Colleen. That's a beautiful area. I wonder if the Bavarian Manor will ever do psychic nights again. I was thriving there. Yeah, that's up in Round Top. That's why I thought about it. It's thriving there, and then the pandemic killed it, basically. Listen to mom, yes. And then the other side of that is it can always be better also. But the thing is, it's perfect in the now. And if we can really own that and then visualize, what do you want? What do you want to create and make that your now moment? You're actually putting powerful energies into motion to create that your dreams, basically. So little law of attraction tip that you have to go to people like Joe Dispenza, people that are a little bit more in sync with what the true law of attraction really is to get that information. Um, so anyhow, okay, clearing my mind. I don't want to think now. Okay, here we go. One, two, three. By the way, did you guys catch our our interview discussion with Winterbrook Ryan last night on trance mediumship, which is channeling, and physical mediumship, and transfiguration and elongation? And what a great conversation that was. Especially we're in the it's interesting. I'm kind of in two thoughts. I mean, in a way, I could see that the 10 of cups and then the sun card being a romantic energy. So I think somebody's in that realm right now. Um, anyway, getting back to Winterbrook, she's talking about transfiguration, or when a medium's working. Sometimes the image of the spirit coming through will superimpose on the face of the medium. And physical mediumship is the ability to get so deep in your work, so deep with spirit, that you can work with the spirit to actually create physical phenomena, like trumpets rising, that they were called trumpet seances, for example. So anyway, it's on the channel. Are we back? Okay, so anyway, my internet may be crashing. Um, hopefully not. I'm gonna say a little prayer, but if it crashes, it takes me a few minutes to reset the internet. That's been a problem up here lately. So sorry about that, but you guys let me know that. Okay, thank you. That I'm back. It's also windy, and for some reason that affects my internet as well. All right, so far so good. So anyway, thank you, Mr. Floyd. Favor to my internet, please. Yes, indeed. All right, so I kind of lost that story, but anyway, moving on. Uh, everyone, yeah. I was commenting. Okay, that's what happened. Thin petite woman hair just past shoulder were flowing arthritic. Okay, if anybody can take MT's message, let her know. Take her spirit. Um, I didn't mean to I didn't mean to flash that one, but I guess Spirit wanted that to happen. Yeah, internet is strong. Yes, internet is good. Yes. All right. So we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. I feel like it's saying, "Don't worry. There's ups and downs with the economy. We. I mean, that's been ongoing, but we forecast that for October, specifically after the war broke out. I mean, I didn't know where the war was going to be, honestly, when I made that forecast in September for October. But Spirit told me that, and as it's very typical with wars, the economy suffers. It either goes way up or way down. It gets very volatile. So I think this is sort of a downward trend. But the 10 of Cups is making me feel like a couple things that some of you really need to reconnect with a family member, that there's been a falling out. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't let the other person, kind of disengage you from your family, connections and obligation. It said you need to work through that and talk through it. But whoever this is for, that there's a few people that are involved with that. It almost feels like it may be, you may feel like it's you against 3 people in the family. But the idea is to be compassionate, but to be firm and strong with that. The Sun card is always a very good thing, by the way, because that's happiness, that's joy, that's creativity. The Sun is that warm glowing object in the sky that without it there'd be no earth, there'd be no planets and everything like that. It also looks like that a few of you are going to reconnect with a family member. So who's ever going on a trip to family, I feel like for somebody, it's a sister figure that maybe that you haven't. So that's you. Okay. So you got the message then. You usually these messages apply to a few people that come up. But this is like happiness. I feel like they're saying no matter what's happening, if somebody may lose a job even, or there may be a financial issue. And the thing is, things have to fall in order for better things to rise up. So we're in that big cosmic tower experience in our world right now. So that's just something to be aware of and to be okay with. And I just feel like a lot of you are developing your healing abilities. And those of you that are healers already, you're reaching a new level now. And you may find that the energy in your hands is even stronger. Or I think for some of you, that have a healing practice, a few of you, you're really starting to get very clear images in your mind. Like you're becoming more of a medical intuitive as you're doing more healing work, I want to say as well. And this might be an invitation to travel, or you might get an invitation to visit somebody or to travel, hopefully somewhere warm. Although as chilly as it is now, I mean, it's kind of typical late October, November weather now, so it's nothing unusual. But we're supposed to get back into the 70s next week, which would really be a treat for us. So get outdoors more. Yeah, this card almost reminds me of an image from Mr. Floyd's YouTube channel, like a border, and then Pikes Peak or one of the Colorado Rockies is there. So Mr. Floyd, one of our community members, is doing YouTube videos. If you want to check him out, a lot of beautiful nature scenes from Colorado there. And with the medium, okay, I'm kind of missing your comments. All right, but this is good energy. So I feel like they're saying no matter what's going on out there, stay in your heart, stay in your power, stay with your community members that you really feel a connection with, because there's a lot of restructuring that's going to be happening. It's been ongoing, but I think in the next week or two, for a lot of you, a lot of restructuring of who, which friends, family members, or friends are really those that you can count on for support, that you can speak up, you can talk about what you're feeling, even if it's not popular without being judged, versus those that are more like either narcissistic or whatever it is, or judgmental or whatever. So I think a lot of you are just changing friendships and trimming down like who you're going to be connected to, but in the process creating stronger bonds for those people that you really feel a soul connection with. So it's really about, I'm seeing this family card is really connecting with family of the soul more than anything, basically, at this time. And like I said, I like the sun card. It just feels like they're saying no matter what's going on in the world and how that's going on in the microcosm, that being your personal life, like the macrocosm being there's wars, there's the economy's tumbling down, all the facades on a world that we once knew are tumbling down. So a new, more sustainable society can eventually be rebuilt in this place, because those facades are the facades of greed and power over others and dominion, rather than of connection through the heart and family and love and community, basically. So I say this a lot, but working together, we can solve like 80 to 99% of the world problems. We can definitely solve world hunger because we have the resources, the know-how, and the food to feed this world, not just once over, but 5 times over, 10 times over. But because we live in this world that has these unsustainable systems built on greed, built on power over others or whatever, more people than not are hungry in this world, which is it's I don't know what the right word is, atrocious comes to mind, being that that's not even necessary. And more people are getting it. More people are having awakenings every week. New people are starting to feel energy, starting to feel like, oh, wow, I'm not my body, I'm spirit, and I'm having a human experience. And you can know that intellectually. You can read Eckhart Tolle or whoever, know that intellectually. But once you have that experiential knowledge, like, wow, now I get it. That's the aha moment. And that's the initial awakening. I had that in 1978. I call it a shaking now rather than an awakening, because I realized that wasn't really the awakening. It was more like the glimpse of what really is, and how I needed to change my life to awaken. And I feel like the awakening was happening after 2000. But anyway, I digress a little bit. But some of you may be able to understand that. Oh wow, you had a heat wave. We're having a heat wave. No, October, November are known to be that's the Santa Ana season. Yeah. I remember being in Santa Cruz, and it was this time of year, and it was in the 90s. It's beautiful beach weather. So I believe, Laura, I believe its channel name is Mr. Floyd, right? I think that's the channel name also. Um, all right, so it's 11:44. What else? I have other divination tools here. Uh, okay, Sharita got very busy with her own stuff and kind of pulled out a little bit. So I don't know. We haven't had Sharita on for a while, and I recommend Armand Diaz Integral Astrology channel for he does weekly astrological forecasts on his channels, which I don't watch until I'm done with tarot time, because I don't want to know what other people are saying. But in any event, and maybe I'll even have Armand on sometime. He's a great speaker. Okay. So this is my Native American deck. The moon. So we got the sun. Now we get the moon also. Here's what the moon looks like in that. So it looks like we have the Archer. So there's some Sagittarian energy with that. We have different moon phases. That looks like a wolf or a coyote, or um, and then there's something on the hill, a silhouette of probably a wolf, because it's the moon. But anyways, so the moon helps us navigate our emotions. So that energy helps us to navigate our subconscious and understand our subconscious. So a full moon can illuminate the darkness, right? So you don't need a flashlight when the moon is full. You can see just fine, but you don't see in color so much. You kind of see a different shading. It's almost like silver to gray to pastel colors. So when you're looking through moonlight, you get a different perspective, because you get the perspective of the subconscious, of the inner self or the spiritual self, and you get to see reality closer to what it is. And we had a long track lunar. This was another awakening on 2010, 12/21, 2010, not 2012. I think that was the real 12/21, because there was a long track lunar eclipse. It was freezing cold here in the Catskills. It was like in the lower teens. Yeah, and I was walking around, and the moon was getting small, and then all of a sudden the moon looked green to me. The moon looked green to me, and then the land looked purple. I was like, whoa, like not just subtle, but like bright purple or violet. And then Spirit said, this is now the rebirth of the divine feminine, what we're experiencing in this eclipse. And there's also a triple 3-day numerology. 12 is a 3, 21 is a 3, because 2 and 1 adds up to 3, and 2010 is a 3. So after I went into long meditation, and I snapped right out of it, looked at the clock, it was 3:33 a.m. So that was very profound, and we're still following that process. So we're going to have, I don't know if it's a long track lunar eclipse. Let me see. It might be, only because even though it's not a super moon, the moon is still on the larger side, so it may be a longer traffic eclipse. But anyway, So that's the moon energy. So that kind of supplements what I'm saying here. The sun and the moon, opposites are one and the same. So a lot of you, again, as this energy increases, and we talked about that in the beginning, how the frequency increases and it dislodges stuck energy, and some of it could be thousands of years old, especially that which is stuck in the earth vibration. The earth is releasing also. So as these things get released, we get more access to our subconscious, and we understand why we have patterns. Like some people have money patterns, some people have relationship patterns, and it's like, I'm doing the right things, I'm doing my affirmation, I'm doing this, and it's still the same. And it's because of that stuck energy that keeps getting recycled hasn't been released yet. So the good news is you're going to get a boost in doing that. And the more you can practice presence and be in the heart, the more you're going to be able to release that stuff. And then your affirmations are going to start to work. Then what you desire is going to start to manifest. But in a way, and I've been doing this for years myself, and in a way, we're blocking ourselves, but we're not aware of it because we're still in the past. We haven't cleared those cycles of energy. So we're still attracting what we've always attracted. So presence and expanding the heart starts to clear that, because you start to get more in the present and you start to connect more with the higher frequencies of spirit. And once you're connected, or the quantum field, if you like the more scientific take on that, once you're there, then you create your reality from that which created everything. But until you're there, you're simply creating your reality out of habit, out of programs that they keep running and running and running. So this is all going to help. This time period is all going to help you guys. Yeah. Also, people that have health issues. I was doing a follow-up reading with somebody last night because her father was coming through, and just saying, because she had approached me like she knows her dad has a warning for her, but she can't figure out what it is. Well, the warning was health, but it was, in this person's case, it was not to say that's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just that you're carrying this karma and this energy, and it's recycling. So, and anyways, I think you get the idea. If not, we'll see if our sacred geometry cards can help us out here. So this is our frequency of the week. It's funny, that you're bringing that up because a few months ago, when I was on another channel, Lily Nova Starseed, in her transmission, Laura was able to do that. I asked her, "How do you get the people's boxes up there that you're responding to?" I still haven't figured that out. Um, Anyways, and then Laura saying it's hard to break up. Yeah, I agree with you. That is our purpose at this time. And you basically, if you try to do it, you're just going to still be in those patterns. You have to clear that. You have to be in the heart and be in the present and just allow it to happen. Again, it's hard to explain. It's not an intellectual process. It's hard to explain. But the idea is that the patterns get held fast just through the process of repetition, because we're based on our past, we're perceiving our present based on our experiences. But when you can get super present in the moment, then you're basing your experiences just on the now. So hopefully that makes sense. And these are hard concepts to explain. So our frequency of the week. Okay, I have to clear my mind a little more. Here we go. I found it. Earth 24. We've gotten Earth before. Key 24. That's my birth date. The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal, spiritual aspects of our nature. So that's interesting and I mean, so we have the sun, we have the moon, now we have the earth also. All these heavenly bodies that are part of us, as part of a divine triad. We have what? Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or Holy Spirit. In the matriarchal religions, we have Maiden, Mother, and Crone. So now we have Earth, Sun, which could be the father. Moon could be the son or daughter, as it were. and then Earth being no, sun is the Father. Earth would be the sun, and then the moon would be the Holy Spirit. Okay, anyway. um, so the idea is the message is more in the sacred geometry, not my explanation of what it means. And the idea is as you gauge in the center, you just allow yourself to blend energetically with the shape on the card, and then you intrinsically connect with the frequency of the earth. And if we can be part of the frequency of the earth, then we start to understand ourselves better, because we are of the earth. Every cell in our body came from the earth and returns to the earth, when it's all done in this physical experience. So there you have it. Oh, you're seeing hearts, Brianna. Great. I love that. Well, there we go. So that's that. So moving right along. We'll check in briefly with Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors card. Just because Kyle's such a cool dude and well connected. And plus, I love these cards. And we got Animal Guardian. It's funny how, I do mix these cards up. So, it's funny how we keep getting the same cards. This might go in sync with that. So we have, an owl. We have a raven. We have a doe, I guess, a baby deer. We have a bigger bird here. She's got angel wings. And, what I'm getting is, obviously, connect with your totem animals. That's part of nature, but also the understanding that within us, as the kind of the pinnacle of life, as we know it, anyways. Although you could argue that dolphins are the true pinnacle of life, but that we have the nature of all the animals within us. It's all part of us, and okay, and they're saying that also that pay attention to animals that just randomly come in your mind. That a lot of you are starting to get messages from spirit in the form of animals, basically. So I'm seeing a cat, and I was having a conversation with somebody on YouTube that was talking about answering a comment I made and talking about the cat people, like the extraterrestrials that have feline faces but human bodies. And he's saying that he sees the cat people. So I just left a quick comment. I said, Lyrans, like from the constellation Lyran. He was like, yep. And I was like, oh, yes, I know about them because I have a Siamese cat growing up. And I didn't know it at the time. My parents thought I was crazy. But the messages I got from my cat were one, he showed me the lion people and the cat people. So I didn't even know that. I was seeing extraterrestrials since I was wee high, basically. And my parents would laugh at me, say, oh, you're seeing the people that aren't there again. So that was kind of their response to that. So there's that. And then also, as I was like, growing up, because I got my cat when I was 4 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that he was Siamese. I like to mention that because they're always have been and always will be my favorite breed of cat. For whatever reason, I just connect on a very deep level with the Siamese. But anyways, you're just kind of saying, well, I'm your pet, but you're somebody's pet. And I had this idea for years in my mind that being on planet Earth is that I'm really some more advanced being's pet. Basically, that's what I thought when I was a kid. And now that I know what I know, I don't think that's that far off from the truth, because we have higher intelligences that are guiding humanity. So in a way, we are pets to more advanced beings and more advanced civilizations, especially if you believe in the matrix theory or the simulation theory, that we're really living in a computer simulation. Or if you believe more in the Hindu Vedic, like for the yogis there, that we live in Maya or illusion. It's the same thing. It's just a different way of seeing it. So, and anyhow, so that's the animal guardian. So connect with your animal spirits. Where are we? We have the medicine cards. Speaking of animal totems, let's go right into the animals. I like to flash your guys' comments. We're a community for the new people. The other day, a small bird was sitting right outside the door with my cat and talking up a storm for a while. But I don't speak bird. Okay, but they know how to communicate telepathically. Like one of my famous cat stories is that this is a different cat. This is an Abyssinian cat named Phoebe that my mom had, and my parents had a lovely beach home and off on Long Island and Fire Island, and I was doing yoga on the beach, um, and I was telepathically getting messages from my cat, help, 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 and I'm like trying to ignore her. Help, help. And then finally it's like, I can't do my yoga. It would take a freaking hurricane to get me to stop my practice in the middle. I know Doreen can relate to that. Like, don't bother me when I'm doing yoga. So anyway, I jumped on my bike and ran to the house. This cat freaking got herself stuck between two tall propane tanks. And I had to shimmy on the slanted side wall that goes up to the roof, dangle myself from my feet, from my toes, go down head first. And these tanks were about 5-6 feet tall, and rescue this cat. And I'm like thinking, I mean, I wasn't thinking. I was like, I've got to get this cat out of here. It's like if I was thinking, I would have called the freaking police or fire department to get this cat out. But anyway, I rescued the cat, and after they're saying, God, what if I had fallen in? It's kind of like years later, somebody would have found our decaying bones there or something. Sorry for the dark humor, but anyways, I had to tell that story. But point being is that our pets and the animals can communicate with us telepathically. And if you guys in the Woodstock area, you might know Cindy Brody. She was on the channel one time doing an interview. Amazing animal communicator, pet psychic, if you like that term better. Or she does distance work. She's Cindy Brody, cindybrody.com. All right, here we go. Snakes. I love snakes. Some people think I'm crazy. I pet spiders well, not literally pet spiders, but spiders weave their webs right around my front door, my side view mirrors. I feel bad that I have to drive because they like to weave their webs right on my side view mirrors. But you know what? Then I drive, the web gets damaged. That night they rebuild their web. They're as happy as can be. So snake medicine is healing energy. It's very powerful, divine feminine energy. From what I understand, what do snakes do? They shed their skin. What else do? They transmute poison into medicine. So the idea is it's a very challenging time in the world, but it's transmutation of the human species. And what's poison now? What's poison? Toxic air, setting fire. Oh, did I say setting fires? I mean allegedly. Or no, I don't mean that. I mean fires breaking out in places like Maui and places like Canada under suspicious circumstances, we'll say. Wars that break out, and then budgets go into funding a long war. When how would they know it's a long war when it's going to be long wars when it just breaks out? All that stuff's getting all that negativity is being transmuted. So the poison in the world can be transmuted into medicine, and it starts with you. It starts with me. The more we can raise our frequency and heal ourselves to transmute our own personal poison into medicine, the more we're going to add to the collective to help everybody to do that. So that's what we're doing right now. I hate snakes. I knew we were going to have somebody. Oh my God. My brother, my younger brother was even worse than me as far as being a snake lover. He would go to camp and he had this affinity to find snakes, and he would take the snakes in as pets, and then he'd release them a week or two later and then get another snake and take them in pets. And I was like, God, as a child, do you know the difference between a garter snake and a what do they call the copperhead? Because they look similar. All right. Anyhow, is that it? No, I have my angel cards also. I see. I like your style, Brianna. um, I always think of that Talking Head song when I say I like your style. Oh, that's beautiful, Stacey. Spirit made me do that. I wasn't even going to flash that comment. But beautiful comment. It's on the lady don't mind. Oh, the lady don't mind, or something like that. It's Talking Heads, one of my favorite bands. The line is something about he turns away, walks away. I kind of like that style, or something like David Byrne and his crazy lyrics. Oh, that's hilarious, MT. Thanks for sharing that. And people have these big cats now. What are they called? I can't remember the name. They look like little leopards. Yeah, they're African. I mean, they're wild animals from Africa. God, what's the name of those? Those big cats that look like leopards. They look like large Bengal cats, basically. Darn it! But people are having them as house cats, and they're like very friendly, although they're still wild animals. I wouldn't have one of those. All right. Now it's gonna bother me. I can't remember the name of those big cats. All right, let me clear my mind and get our angel card. All right. Astarda, what's this one? You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires. Don't compromise. That's always a good message. Don't compromise. So we have an astrologer right here. So Doreen of Children's School of Yoga. She does the yoga classes, but but I'm but now I know that you read charts. So I know you're into astrology, but now that I know that you do chart reading, so we have an astrologer right here in the family. Great to know that. Thanks. And Mikkel says that she's interested. Yeah, you can leave a website if you want, Doreen. You're a regular on our channel anyway. So anyway, there's Astara. Reach for the stars, and very good. So I like this little thing. So we had I forgot was it the Leonids meteor shower? And darn it, I didn't go out last night for it. Although where I live, there's so many trees, I'd have to go find a clearing somewhere. This is just fragments of Halley's Comet that the Earth circles through this time of year every year. But apparently it was a very spectacular meteor shower the last 2 nights. If anybody got it, thank you. Thank you for that. Oh, hey, what are you doing? That's exactly servals. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah. The lady don't mind. Although I like their earlier stuff better. Although I like all their stuff from their first album all the way to the I forgot what the later one. Naked, I think, was the last one. Then David Byrne did the Catherine Wheel, which is a great album, and he's done work with Brian Eno, and of course Adrian Belew. Beautiful, great music. I love Talking Heads also. So yeah, and I saw them several times in concert. And they were amazing. So anyway, that is what I have for you. Yeah. In Europe, they did really well in Europe, but Europeans have a sophisticated ear, so I'm not surprised that they did really well in Europe also. Yes, servals. That's what I was trying to think of exactly. Alkalots, I have to look them up, unless that's another name for servals. All right. Anyway, it's 12:07, so this is an extended version of tarot time today. But I guess I wasn't completely crazy or off base because we still have a lot of people on. So anyway, some of the videos were nuts. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. But yeah, great music. So Servals is correct. Yes. Lynx, people have lynxes as pets also. Yeah. I mean, servals are full on wild animals. I mean, they live in Africa, and you know officials will warn people against having them as pets. But I like to see the cat videos. So of course, Facebook and all my platforms know that. So they show me all the cat videos. I love seeing the servals. Love to everyone. Yes, that's how we're gonna get through this. Love does conquer all in the end. We are heading into the golden age. People are awakening. It is gonna change. It's just going to be bumpy for a while. So hang in there. That's why we do what we do, right? That's why we connected, here every week. And I know you have your other favorite channels and other teachers that you work with. We're all a family. We're all connected. Do Russians seriously have bears as pets? Um, the bears that I've encountered, although one growled at me one time, and she's like an adolescent female, and she was like on my property. It was like walk over to her, she like hissed at me like, like, all right, I'll leave you alone. But usually the bears are friendly. I mean, they're black bear here. But anyway. So this is about. I will leave a comment to my channel in a minute or two. So you can leave that on the when this becomes a video, and then it'll stick. And thank you everybody for all your comments. Thanks for liking this video and helping to get this out to more people. You guys are really good about that, and I appreciate it. Yeah, and thanks everybody for coming together and sharing our energies. And again, people that have jumped on late, we're ending now, but as soon as we end, you can go back to the beginning. Thanks, Yvonne. Thanks, everybody. All right. I need breakfast. I've had a bowl of grapes is all I've eaten today. So I'm gonna grab my breakfast, clean my house, which is my Sunday routine. And I love you all, and we'll see you next time. I love the Grateful Dead too. We're all in good company. I've seen the Grateful Dead way more than I've seen Talking Heads, although I don't remember it. But anyways, I digress. But I've seen many a Dead show in my day. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Love to all of you.